Yeah, we're launching our Scottish Conservative local election manifesto here in Glasgow. This is one of the areas that's been lit down by an SNP administration over the last 5 years, and what we're saying is this election should be about people's local priorities. So our manifesto is full of issues that are important to local communities that can be delivered by local councils, and we know that Scottish Conservative councils and councillors will deliver for their local area. Well, I mean, there are a number of different policies and it will affect different people in different ways, but of course our proposal to increase the discount that single people get for their council tax from 25% to 35% I think is really important while we're in the middle of this cost of living crisis, but there's much more. You know, people often complain about the state of their roads that are operated by the local council, so we've got a pothole action fund. We've got a lot about education because young people have missed out so much over the last couple of years due to the pandemic, and education is obviously run by the local authorities, so a lot in there for every type of voter in every part of Scotland. Well, we know from the last 5 years that the Labour Party are happy to do deals with the SNP. They're in coalition in half a dozen councils across Scotland, but where there was a proposal and a coalition between Labour councillors and the Conservatives in Aberdeen to lock the SNP out, the Labour Party threw those councillors out. So that's the background that we go into these elections with. We know that Labour can't be trusted on the union and they will do these deals with the SNP, but what we're saying is we won't deal with a party that's only interested in separating Scotland from the rest of the UK and dominating everything with their constitutional agenda, but we will deal with other parties to lock them out.
And this week, Susan Aitken suggested that the terrible twins should come together and form an SNP Labour coalition here in Glasgow. Just like they already do in Edinburgh, East Renfrewshire, East and Galloway, South Ayrshire, Stirling and Fife. 6 councils across Scotland where these two parties are in coalition. So when faced with these shady stitch-ups, it's more important than ever that voters across Scotland are given the opportunity for a real alternative at this election. A real alternative that will put your local priorities first. A real alternative that will stand up to the SNP government, hold in power at Holyrood, and fight for a fairer deal for your communities. And that is exactly what Scottish Conservatives are offering at this election. Now, as we look ahead for the next 5 years, the manifesto we are publishing today is an exciting plan that will put your priorities first. And it's a plan that Scottish Conservative councillors will be able to get cracking with from day one. Cutting council tax for almost 1 million single households, saving them on average £130 on their bills at this difficult time as we're in the grip of a cost of living crisis. Funding tutoring and additional classes to help pupils catch up from the pandemic's 2 years of disruption. Fixing local roads with a pothole action plan to also scrap parking charges in many areas.